thing I was homeless simply because I couldn't afford rent.
And I just always struggled with being, shy and not having like the courage to really communicate with her.
I got real sick. It was about 2 years ago. Ended up in the hospital.
My sister and her boyfriend are hooked on fentanyl and cocaine.
Literally, I went to work with my nose broken.
Family Tree is the only organization in the Denver metro area working on the issues of child abuse, domestic violence, and homelessness in an interconnected way.
We're foster kin. I have my sister's children. We would always go over there. She would always call. She's in a very abusive relationship. We'd go over there and, sister, please come and help me. He hit me. The kids haven't ate. We needed help. We needed resources. The Family Tree came in and into it, and them are all help that we needed.
There are programs that are designed to help them interact better, to learn how to address the issues that they never had a chance to address before. They didn't know how to. It's not about to determine the parents are bad parents all the time. It's just to make them better parents.
I was involved with Family Tree through the court. It was like a domestic violence case. Man. Yeah, I think things were hard between me and my mom. Definitely because of the communication piece. It was all just, about communication. Back then I was, really shy. I was, really intimidated by the thought of just going up to her and talking to her.
These programs and the community-based programs are geared to improve their interactions with their children, improve the lives that they have, how they want to see their children do different than they did when they were growing up.
In the Safe Care program, Michelle has helped us with lots of things. I've learned so much.
It was a lot better with my mom now because, I just didn't talk to her. I wasn't close to her, and I'm just really glad to be involved in this program. It helped out a lot.
It was a DV situation. I don't have any family here, so literally I went to work with my nose broken and asked one of my coworkers if she knew any place for me to stay, and she ended up telling me a bunch of different places, and one of the places was Family Tree.
So we have a multi-generational family shelter for families who are experiencing homelessness. We have a domestic violence shelter that offers a safe location for people who are actively fleeing domestic violence. And we have a shelter that serves mothers and their children who are experiencing homelessness.
Un día estaba muy borracho y muy drogado y me volvió a pegar con Aiden de 3 semanas. No sabía qué hacer, yo estaba sola y no sabía a dónde ir. Y yo, agarré mis cosas, las cosas de mi hijo, me paré en la puerta y él cerró la puerta. Nunca más la abrió.
A lot of our services are preventative. They're there to prevent the worst thing to happen. And I think by the time some of our clients are in a domestic violence shelter, there's so much trauma that's happened already, and there's so much loss and fear. And if Family Tree didn't exist, I don't think we would have as much access to those resources in the community.
If Family Tree wasn't an option for me, I honestly feel like I would be homeless right now. I wouldn't have my daughter. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what steps to take.
Y al entrar aquí, vi todas las oportunidades que tenía para encontrar la casa, encontrar trabajo, encontrar beneficios.
I couldn't believe that I was even able to get another apartment after I got left for dead in Lakewood because I wasn't being responsible.
We serve individuals who are at risk of being homeless and also those who are currently experiencing homelessness in many different ways. With some of our housing programs where we do rapid rehousing, which means we serve people for short term until they get back on their feet, or permanent supportive housing, which we serve people for longer and help them with housing stability.
Family Tree to me is about the greatest thing I, came upon, the last few years. When we moved out of the hotel, we had nothing.
Well, when we're thinking about Family Tree's mission, one of our mission and values is housing first. And within that principle, we think about if our basic needs aren't met, stability can often feel really hard to achieve. So with the housing first principle, Family Tree really embodies, if we help get people housed, then they can start thinking about and attacking some of those other areas that they're needing support in.
Danelle's, been in contact with me quite a bit, asked me if I needed stuff, do I have the food stamps for my grandson, She kind of pushed me to do a few things here and there to keep the ball rolling. And she paid quite a bit of the rent for us.
And they paid 2/3 of my rent minus expenses. And I was able to do that for the first time to afford rent. And I really was inspired by that. I quit drinking in 2015, and that's when I got my first apartment.
Honestly, without Family Tree, we would be struggling. Honestly, we would have been struggling.
I have a better relationship with my mom thanks to, Family Tree.
If not for Family Tree, I don't know where we'd be today.
Ellos estuvieron para mí y me ayudaron mucho. Me escucharon, me dieron support, aman a mi hijo. Yeah, like family.
It's all been through Family Tree. If it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today.
The one person that has to believe in you is yourself. I wouldn't be able to be here today if I didn't believe in myself.
I'm making it. We're going to make it. So, and thanks to you, Family Tree, and everybody that works for it.
I am proud of my grandfather for everything that he's done.
I'm proud of him.
And Family Tree was there, and I think it still is there every single day, trying to connect with those families and outreach for those families and say, here we are doing this work at exchange of nothing. All we want in return is to know that you're fine. Know that your child will be fine. That's what we look in Family Tree. That's what we're passionate about. That's what we strive to do every single day.
If you want to support an organization that truly, truly cares about finding avenues and new ways to help with housing stability, to help with meeting people's basic needs, meeting people where they're at, and really, really supporting people for sometimes even long term, Family Tree is the organization that you should support.
Be there for us so we can be there for them.